her idea of financial freedom, which was very perfect, is that she wants to be in a position where her work does not need her, right? So it's very important for us to understand that most of the time we make income in two ways. There are two forms of income. There's active income and then there's passive income. Let's first talk about active income. So active income is where you sell your time for money, right? So let's say you're a teacher, for example. So you have to show up in school for a whole month, and then at the end of the month, your employer is going to give you X salary. So you're selling your time for money. And it doesn't matter whether you're a teacher, whether, you're an auditor, whichever job that you have. The thing is, the mistake that I see a lot of people making, especially the people that I coach, is that when you're a high income earner, right, in a Kenyan context, when you're making 250,000, 300,000, 450,000 and above, a lot of us think that we are not selling our time for money, right? We live in this thing where we are like, oh, I'm a high income earner, therefore I'm not selling my time for money, like the way you'd see, for example, a hawker, right? You think that they're selling your time for money. But the truth is, if you go back to your employer would be able to tell you, the reason why you make this money is because I have calculated your hourly value. Even if you're a high income earner, your employer knows that Eva, you're worth 5,000 shillings per hour. James, you're worth 2,000 shillings per hour. So that is what active income is. All of us, in fact, I try to tell people so that you have your feet on the ground when it comes to your finances. All of us are hawkers of our time. All of us, no matter where you work, your employer has figured out what is your hourly rate. So that is your active income. So what is your job? Your job every day, it doesn't matter even I who has a small business. Our job every day is to wake up, work hard, earn that income, and then transform that active income into passive income. And so now, what is passive income? Passive income is the opposite, is where you're not selling your time for money. So passive income is where you're making money when you're sleeping, when you're on vacation, when you're chilling with your husband or your spouse, when you're chilling with your children. That is when you can say you're making passive income. How do you make the passive income? There are different ways that you can make the passive income. The two most common ones are you invest. So for example, you have a money market fund account where you put in 1 million shillings, and for example, if it's giving you 10%, right? So that 10% is your passive income. But remember, the reason why I was saying that a lot of us live in delusion is because we forget, in order for you to make that 10%, how did you make that 1 million? You understand? Like, we forget that step. Or how did you make that 1 million? Because you must have worked very hard for you to make that 1 million in order for you to be entitled to, or for you to have the right to earn that 10%, right? So that is the first way. You invest your money, and then the investment company tells you this is the return that you're going to get. The other way that you can make passive income is setting up your job in a way that it makes passive income. So for example, a common example is someone like me, for example, who would say that I sell budget trackers, right? So 2 years ago, I made a budget tracker because a lot of people struggle with budgeting, and then I put it somewhere online. And even right now, when I'm seated here, somebody is probably on my website and will buy that budget tracker. That is passive income because I don't have to make any effort now in this day in order for me to make that 1,000 bob. So you see, those two things were, one, you're making money from your investments. Remember, you had to make a lot of effort to earn the 1 million shillings in order for you to earn the 10%. And then on the other spin-off of you made something, for example, you created a digital product, you had to put in the work, right? Because I don't want us to think that you can make passive income or you can achieve this financial freedom retirement without putting a lot of work, because you really have to put in a lot of the work in order even for people to buy what you have created. So there's a difference. There's active income and passive income, and our daily role is to turn our active income into passive income.